everybody. I got a Temu bag. It arrived last night. Let's see what day it is. I don't even know what day it is. Today's the 10th. It arrived yesterday. I found out about it last night when I was getting up to get ready for work. Had no warning it was coming. I thought it wasn't coming till like Monday or Tuesday. But it's here now. I woke up to, your package has been delivered, and I'm like, what package? But let's see what's in here, shall we? Let's see if I can get this cut open a little better. There we go. That's a little better. I have a set of bat lights, and of course I don't have any batteries in here because I didn't realize this was coming. These are really cute. They have little like lightning bolts in the wings. I think that's a little interesting. They're little metal bats, and they have a light in between, sandwiched in between two of them. Looks like they're white lights. Maybe at the end, if I can track down some batteries, I can check it out. It takes 2 AA's. If I remember, maybe I'll be able to do that. Got a pin. I have no idea what's in this. This one says, another day, another sleigh. I thought I would put it with my Buffy pins that I got, I don't know, a month or so ago. It's been a little while since those came. What's this? Paper. Pin. Earrings. I think this is going to be a little bit of everything. It's a stamp. Oh, okay, this is going to be interesting. I'll get to those here in a minute, too. Earrings, stickers. A couple more pins. Drives me nuts when they put the barcode over the front of the image, or the pin, so you can't see it. Okay, that's journaling stuff, more jewelry, some other stamps. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh, well, maybe it's not. Okay, that's just the packaging. I was going to say, that's disappointing if that was all it was. But no, there's actually stickers on the other side. More jewelry. Okay, let's get to the boxes first. Oh, yeah, this is cool. Please don't be broken or cracked or anything, because it's neat. This is a pencil holder. It's a disembodied hand. Kind of looks like it's been sewn together like Frankenstein. I was thinking maybe it was like Thing from the Addams Family. But you can put scissors or pens or whatever in it. I thought that would be neat. Especially if I ever get a crafting area set up. Then I'll have a place to put various craft items in. But I think it's neat. Looks like it's in pretty decent shape. The fingernail paintings, not great. But it looks like when I do my nails, so I can't really say a whole lot about it. Yeah, it's not bad. This is a little rough on the inside. They could have cleaned that out a little better when they made it. But I think it's resin. Sounds like plastic. I find it interesting that they put a hole in the palm. I guess so you can't use it for a vase. Because the mold would have poured, they would have poured it in, they would have distributed, they would have poured it out here, which would have given you this hollow. So I don't know why there's a hole in the palm. But I wasn't going to put liquid in it anyway. I was going to use it as like a pen holder or maybe a brush holder. But it's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Now I pulled it out of here. Why is it not fitting back in the box? Came out of the box. I don't want to break the fingers. That is so neat. I really like that. Oh, that's the bat lights. Okay. I was like, what's this next to my hand? Oh, okay. So, I always have my black Stanley cup with the skulls on it. I have another one that's got skulls on it as well. And I use it occasionally, just not as much. I pretty much every day have the other one. I have one for winter, red with the white snowflakes on it. I just thought it was really, really pretty. And I feel like it was like 12 something. Yeah, just like the other one, except red. And it's got the straw. Looks like it's in good shape. No chunks out of the lid. My other skull one, when I opened it, had a big chunk out of the lid. So I had to, request a refund, and they gave me a refund, said keep the item. I'm like, okay. Well, I wasn't going to order another one because I'd still have the same problem. I wouldn't have enough lids. Well, I ended up ordering spare lid and somehow ordered it twice. So now I have an extra lid. But I'd rather have an extra lid than have a cup that I can't use. I mean, I could use it, but I think y'all understand what I'm trying to say. It's just not coming out. It was a long night at work. And I'm convinced the one lady is, for some reason, out to get me. I don't know why. Because we're doing the same job. It's not like if I leave, she would get any better. I mean, we do the identical job. Oh, wow! This came in a pop protector? It's damaged, but still. Wasn't expecting that. I got a Funko Pop. Haven't bought a Funko Pop in quite some time. How in the world does this even open? The pop protector is damaged, which in turn damaged the box. But this is Dracula, Universal Monsters. Of course I got Dracula. They didn't have any of the other ones listed that I could tell. Or maybe I just didn't come across them. I've noticed that since Thanksgiving, I have seen an increase in Halloween product. I don't know why. I find that a little bizarre. Oh, I can't get this open. There we go, there we go, there we go. That little notch just didn't want to let go. Yeah, any collectible value is completely gone because of this. There's actually a hole there from where it got. It's like it's punctured. I'd like to have the Phantom of the Opera one. That's my favorite novel of all time, Phantom of the Opera. People would think Dracula, but no. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Metaluna Mutant. I don't know that one. But yeah, I'd like to have Phantom of the Opera. That's cool. So those are the ones you can get if you can find them. And of course they slapped their label on it, so that ruined the box too. So I mean, collect any hopes of it being a collectible or shot. Looks like he's in good shape. Why is there a sticker on his foot? There's a sticker on his foot. I don't know why. Otherwise, he looks like he's pretty good. Good shape, good paint job. The figure itself is fine. I think he's awesome. I bid you welcome. Listen to them, the children of the night, what music they make. Yeah, I've only read the book, 4 or 5 times. Not as many times as Phantom of the Opera. That's more like 10 or 12. But I do think it's cool that they tried and put it in a pop protector. It's just too bad that it got damaged. I think if this wouldn't have gotten damaged, then the box inside wouldn't have gotten damaged, and it might have been collectible quality. I'd rather have a dirty pop protector than a ruined pop, so it will do. Not like I'm a collector anyway. I was kind of trying to, but they kept bringing out so many so fast. More earrings. More stamps. $13.66 by 27.24 inches. Did I order more paper? And if so, what kind of paper did I order this time? I don't remember whose channel I was watching, but they were questioning what rag meant when it came to, I think this might be rice paper. They were asking what rag meant when it came to paper. If it has a high rag count, it's premium paper. Basically, it has either linen or cotton in with the paper fibers. So, literally, they take rag and shred it into pulp and combine it with the other pulp, and the more rag that's in there, the higher the rag count, the better quality paper. That's a very simple explanation, but Marie's, and it just has a bunch of, I guess, Chinese characters and then a number. Made in China. It's got a picture of an umbrella. I don't know what that means. I think this might be rice paper. Where's my phone? If I knew where my phone was, it's wherever my purse is, and I'm not entirely sure where that is. It's probably buried under this mess. So we got paper, and we got this. What is this? Did I order another blanket? See, not knowing what orders these are, I have no idea. Yeah, apparently I ordered another blanket. But I like blankets, and I love Temu blankets. So Cheryl, one of my favorite things, Temu blankets. She's challenged us to do a video talking about our favorite Temu things. And I haven't made mine yet. I need to search around and figure out what all I've got. Okay, I think it goes this way. Alright, so it's a Christmas tree. We got skeletons decorating the Christmas tree with jack-o'-lanterns. I think that's what's going on here. Jack-o'-lanterns and skulls. And what does it say at the bottom? "'Tis the season to be creepy." So yeah, it's a combination Halloween and Christmas. If I can get it going the right direction, I'll try to show you at least part of it. I love these because they're not super heavy, but they're warm. And they're so soft. I have so many of these blankets now. Pop that over there. I'll probably curl up under it later today. Later today. When I take my nap before work. Paper. We got paper. We got paper. Okay, so here's paper and stickers and more paper, more stamps. Now, I went a little nuts on the stamps. Because I can't read them. Some more stickers. Some more paper. Oh, goodness gracious. We're going to be here a while if I show you all this stuff. And these, I think, are like journal cards or tags or something. What else is in here? Oh, look, another stamp. More paper. I went a little nuts. I think I hit, is one of the, daily box things, which I hadn't been getting for quite a while, and then suddenly they started showing up all the time. Well, now, apparently, if you go to Daily Box 777, you get the daily boxes. Got everything out of there? I think so. Okay. Get over there. So what should I show first? Let's do the stamps, because they're less fiddly. Now, the reason I say I can't read them is because they're in German. I knew they were in German. I actually looked up German stamps. I just thought it would add a little more interest to my journaling. And here we have a car. We have some trees and a house. It says that one says Advent. But I think they're pretty cool. And this might inspire me to finally learn German. Alles gut, nur das Beste Glücken überhaupt. I think that's how that's pronounced. I don't know. This one's got some stars and interesting little patterns and some sayings. This one's got some more stars. Mit Liebe. I think Liebe is love. So with love. Abenteuer Alltag. Kleines Mitbringsel. Kleines. Eine kleine Nachtmusik, a little night music, so Kleines is little? Maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. But I think these are really pretty, if nothing else. Here we have some Christmassy ones with the trees and... I think that was a mouse. Sounded like a mouse. That one looks French. That's because it is French. This one's a French set. I don't know French either. But we got some gorgeous Christmas trees on there. This one's got some more stars. I'm not sure why I would want a solid circle, but I've got that. Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht, Silent Night, Holy Night. Ho ho ho. For Jake, for you. Fröhlich Weihnachten. I know I've seen that a lot of times, but I don't remember what it means. But I think, the stars especially are really pretty. And then this one is just a whole bunch of sentiments. I have no idea what they said. That says Dankeschön, and Dankeschön is thank you. Don't know what the word in front of it says. Gutschein für dich. Or ditch? Dick? I don't know. It's good for you? I think. I don't know, but these are in German. So the Christmas tree ones are in French. Everything else is in German. I thought it would add some interest. I'm going to have to look these things up and see what they really say. But it's easy enough to find translations on the internet. What was that? Okay, I'm hearing things now. So, we have some earrings. Or, well, we'll just generally say jewelry. Yeah. This is a problem. Hey, Temu, I need a refund. This one's broken. Little hot glue will fix it. Still. There are little glittery black bats, and then these pieces are clear acrylic with little black bats all over them. And this one came unattached from the post. But because it arrived broken, it's going for a refund, even though I know I can fix it without any trouble. Well, if I get a hold of a glue gun, which I don't have at the moment. But I could probably put a drop of super glue and it'd be fine. This is a bat ring. It just says vintage silver. I don't know how well I'll be able to wear it because it's one of those adjustable ones, and those I tend to not be able to adjust very well. But is a bat face. Whoa. Can I get it to focus on the ring and not... Don't focus on me, focus on the ring. It's a bat face. With little fangs sticking down. Well, I play with it a little more, I'll be able to get it to fit better. But yeah, it's alright. Let go! Doesn't want to let go. It wants to stay on me forever and ever and ever. Another pair of bat earrings. Not sure why they put a card in with them when they didn't put them on the card. They're just like teardrop shapes with little bats all over them. clear acrylic. Unfortunately, the back, it's just like white where the bats are. Would have been nice if they would have been black both sides, but yeah. Temu jewelry is not expensive, so you can't expect that much, I guess. Don't expect it to be more than... Okay, and let's see, we got some hoops. Oh, there's the backs, okay. I was like, they didn't put backs on them? Okay, this is a silver bat hoop. Come on. There we go. That's about as clear as it's going to get, I think. So I think that'll be cute. Oh, are they opposite sides by chance? No, they both go the same direction. Missed opportunity. Would have been cute if one would have been going that way and one would have been going that way. But they're going the same direction. That's okay, though. They're cute. And this is the silver color. Yeah, it just says silvery. And this one says golden. And I believe they are the same design, but maybe they'll show up better if I hold it up. I hope I'm not getting an ear infection. My ear's been bothering me tonight. That would suck if I got an ear infection. Of course, my client thinks he's got one, but he won't go to the doctor. And I'm like, well, if that's what's going on, then you need to go to the doctor so they can give you something for it. Yeah, I know. Wish I could get it to show up better. Doesn't want to focus. It wants to focus on everything but the thing that I want it to. Oh well. You get the idea. It's a bat. It's a hoop. It's a bat hoop. And just like the other pair, they're both going the same direction. Oh well. That's okay. Those are cute. These are just little like studs that they've got a slight purple to the tint to the stone that's in the middle, and then the wings are cut out. Very cute. They got little metal backs. I hope these aren't damaged. Oh, wow. So the posts are completely bent. Yeah. Put that in the ask for a refund pile. I don't know if I can fix that, even with pair of pliers. That's where I wish they would, package the earrings just a little bit better so they're not always getting broken. Okay, this pin says, I put the fun in funeral, I put the laughter in slaughter, I put the hot in psychotic. I don't know, that's kind of hard to read. Because it wants to focus on my shirt and not the pin. Crazy camera. Wants to focus on everything but what I want it to. This one is Jack and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas and a little heart. I think it's cute. Love the movie. Pair of Christmas earrings. Christmas trees. They're acrylic. Oh, good. And they're printed on both sides. And it says, Merry Creepmas. And it's a black Christmas tree with little skulls and purple stars and a little purple banner. I think it's adorable. Of course, that's what I would pick, right? I got that fancy pair somewhere. I don't know what I did with them, but I got that one fancy pair that are all sparkly. And this one's a heart-shaped pin. I don't understand why they put their inventory stickers across the face of the pin instead of across the back in the packets. Because people want to see what they're getting. This looks like one of those conversation hearts. It's in pink. It says Book Lover. And this one, again, they put the sticker across the design. Come on now, come out. It's just a heart with some flowers and a book. And there's a little white spot at the very tip, but I think I can maybe take a Sharpie or something and cover that and it'll be alright. I think it's cute. We've made it through the jewelry. Woohoo! Alright. Let's see. I've got some stickers and I've got some paper stuff. What do y'all want to see first? As if you can answer me. Oh, let's do these stickers. Halloween stickers. Does it say on here anywhere how many? Vintage style journal material. Paper craft scrapbooking. Made in China. So I don't know how many are in the pack. Because that piece of information would have been useful. It's been a long night. I am really snarky today. But I do love that the packaging shows you a whole bunch of what they look like. That'll be useful at some point. So is it like 2 of each? This one says witching hour, pointing to midnight, and it's got a black cat and a witch's hat and a little spider. This one is a skull in a mirror, or picture frame, whichever, and some almost purple roses. They're that weird mauvey red, almost purple color. This says, what reward $100 escaped inmate, and it's got a mummy. It's so cute. This one says, Happy Halloween, and it's a skeleton drinking a wine. You have an orange and black checkered boot. The O's have eyeballs in them. This one is a broom, a spider web, witch boots, and a couple pumpkins. And it says Happy Halloween. I think I threw some of these stickers in at the last second just to make a threshold to get a little bit better coupon or more fish food, or I don't know. This one's got some, I don't know if they're crows or vultures or what. Some kind of birds up in some dead trees, a moon behind it, Little black pumpkin. Here's some decorative pumpkins. One's wearing witch hat, a couple bats. Dancing skeleton. There's a spider. There's a little lantern. He's holding a jack-o'-lantern. Happy Halloween with a witch hat and spider web with a little hand holding it up. A little moon. There's a little ghost with a trick-or-treat bag. A couple pumpkins. A little mummy. A little bat. It looks like a candy apple. It says trick or treat. Ooh. It's a kind of creepy little pumpkin. Is that only 2 or is that 3? I guess it's only 2. Okay. Creepy looking pumpkin with some leaves behind it. Little tombstone with some plants and a skull and a little bit of a chain and a couple bones. It says 1763, here lies old bones. I don't know if there's a significance to that date. We've got trick or treat, and it's got a little bat, and it's got little skulls and bones inside the letters. We have a black cat with some leaves and some mushrooms. And it just says Halloween. We got a haunted house with some bats coming out of it, and it says House of Horrors. Got a pumpkin and some mushrooms and leaves and like a crow. Is there another one of those in here? Yeah, here's the other one. Okay, there's the other one of those. We have a stack of books, potions, brews, enchantments, and some bottles of various potions and brews and enchantments. We have a cauldron that apparently the little witch fell into because her legs are sticking out of it, and it says Happy Halloween. And last one in this pack, we have a witch on a broom with a black cat and some bats flying in front of the moon. So I like those. Those are cool. And I like that there's 2 of each, so I don't have to feel guilty if I use them. Because, you know, I don't want to run out if there's a design I like. Okay, here's some more stickers. Does this tell how many? Vintage potion labels. I don't see anything that says how many. But we've gotten from this company before because it's got that cute teddy bear paper as the backing. Okay, what do we got? I'll try to... I think there's like 50 in these packs. A couple jars. There's like a mortar and pestle. Potion number 9. Okay, here's one that says frog skin. Here's one that says beware poison. They're the same size and shape. They look very similar. Tonic of Sirens. A tonic with real tears of sirens. Brunhilde the Witch. Haunted House, the Forest. So I guess that's where you get it from, is from Brunhilde. Extract of mandrake. A couple bottles. This one says poison. The other one says poisonous, not to be taken. Some more bottles. And some more bottles. unicorn dust, prepared with magic. We have a skeleton. It says number 5. Ooh. So we have a little purple jar that says Digitalis. We have one with a snake in it. We have this with some sort of beetle in it. Tonic of mushrooms. Got some that are cut out like tags. Oh, whoa, where are you going? Come back, come back. So this one's got a hand, a wizard, a crow on a skull, an owl that says number 2. We have a picture of Edgar Allan Poe. A couple tickets that say admit 1. We have a quill pen. I'm guessing it's a test tube. Almost looks like a cigar, but I don't know. Okay, this one says Halloween at the top, and it's got a book on it that says potions and spells. This one says 31st instead of 1st. October, because they did a TH instead of an ST. This one says apothecary. It's got some bottles and potions and candle and spider. And this one says boo. It's got a boot with a hand sticking out of it. That's a little weird. Witches, magic, spells, and potions. Herboristery? I don't know, it's a word I've never seen before. Witches, magic, spells, and potions. Herboristery. Hartford, Connecticut. So this one's going horizontal instead of vertical like the other one. Solution of belladonna. And a whole bunch of teeny tiny print that I can't read because it's too small. Okay, I got 2 of the same black rose. So far, everything else has just been singles. Poison, caution. Your guess is as good as mine. Sem Colchichi? No idea. No idea. And we have poison! Is that the same as the other one? No, the other one says caution underneath. For external use only. For external use and to be used as directed. Okay. We have a moth with the number 13. We have an eye, which I think is cool. I love eyeballs. I don't know why. We have a door knocker. That reminds me of A Christmas Carol when Marley's face shows up in the door knocker. A weird skull thing, but it looks like there's something else in there. Maybe it's just the way it was drawn. I don't know. Flor de Barata? I'm guessing it's Spanish, because it looks Spanish. Maybe it's Italian, because this one says Moscas de Milan. Agarico Blanco? Nuez Moscata? Valles de Alcakengi? I don't know. Belladon. So there's that pack. I think that's probably 50. I'm not going to count them. Get those back in the little packets so I don't lose them, since there's so many tiny ones. But I like that there's a variety of sizes and shapes. That's one thing I like about the company that uses this backing. They tend to have a good variety of sizes and shapes. I think that says mid-afternoon tea. But it's a teeny tiny little print. It just says food on the back. It's got a picture of a teacup. See, this is the part of the video that takes forever, because if I show you everything that's in the pack, it just goes on and on and on. But I feel like I'm not doing it justice if I don't show a lot of it, if not all of it. Teacup. Teacup. Cake. Teacup. Muffin. Teapot. You thought I was going to say teacup again. No, not that time. Some kind of dessert that looks really yummy. It's got berries on top. Teacup. And another teacup. And a cupcake. And donut. So this one's a teacup with a butterfly and a rose. See, now they're trying to get fancy on me, instead of just having a teacup. Hot cross bun. A whole little tea service with roses. So the teapot and the teacup. Teapot? Looks more like a coffee pot to me, but I think it's supposed to be a teapot because everything else is tea. A rose. And a teacup. And looks like a piece of cheesecake. Yummy, yummy. It's got berries on top. I do like some cheesecake. 2 teacups. And a teapot. And a teacup. And last but not least, you ready for this? Pancakes! Thought it was going to be a teacup, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Yep, I know how it is. That was going to be a teacup because so many of the others were teacups. Alright. There's that packet. And of course I can't get them back in the box. And this little box is completely smooshed. Coffee lover. Well, actually it says Koofy lover. Because they spelled coffee with 2 O's, 2 F's, and 2 E's. They do get creative on their spelling sometimes. Oh, and this one opens from the side instead of the top. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Coffee cup. I'm guessing this is a coffee plant. I don't know if I've ever seen a picture of a coffee plant before. Iced coffee? Coffee pot? I guess that's a coffee plant again. And another coffee plant. I guess that's some sort of coffee pot or brewer or something. I don't know that much about coffee because I don't drink it. Coffee grinder. I do love the smell of fresh ground coffee when my nose works. Coffee plant. Some kind of coffee drink with ice cream. Is that called an affogato? Something like that. Pretzel. Another plant. We got bread. We got, that looks like a croissant. And a baguette and a half. Some slices of bread. Coffee. A loaf of bread. A very dark coffee. A coffee pot. Some other sort of coffee pot brewer thing. And a carafe, but I only see one of this. Is the other one still stuck in the pack? Yeah, I think the other one's still in the packet. Oh, there's a whole bunch more in there. Hold on. There's the other carafe. And cold brew bottles. Anything else in there? I think that's all of them. So we got coffee and tea. I think they were like 89 cents a packet or something. I think they were one of those lightning deals or something to that effect. They weren't very expensive. And you get, I don't know, something like 50 in a box, I think. One more packet of stickers. 50 pieces stickers. Now these are different. They are Keith Haring, the artist. They're based on his artwork. There's a couple stuck together. So there's a couple people with a heart, a couple people with a planet, windsurfer, So I don't know that all of these are necessarily his actual artwork, but they're at least inspired by. Diving with a dolphin, I guess? This poor dude's got some problems. This one's got an X on his belly and angel wings. A UFO? Riding a dolphin, I guess? This poor dude also has some problems. Doesn't know which way he's going. This one's a little twisted in the middle. There's a couple sitting on a heart. They got their arms around each other. This one, the two people are fist bumping through the middle of another guy. Some of these are just freaking weird. This one's carrying a pyramid. This one's holding up a heart. This one grew flower petals out of its head. This one is a fist with feet that says resist. I'm just going to show you these because these are just, some of them are a little out there. And I'm just entirely unsure how to describe a few of these. So I'll just show them. I'll have to look them up and see if they're all Keith Haring's artwork or if it's just inspired by. Like that first one I showed, I'd seen before, and I'm pretty sure that is his. But some of these other ones, I just don't know. There's one on a skateboard. But they're so much like his artwork that you know who it's representing. I guess they're wolves or coyotes or something? I don't know. Well, I thought these would be interesting, to say the least. They are definitely interesting, unique, different. See, that one looks familiar. There's one with wings. We got 3 people. The baby is as big or bigger than the people holding it up. That's kind of scary that there'd be a baby that big. I think I just got a message on my phone. I just heard voot voot. I have to find the phone now. This one looks familiar too. The 2 dogs or wolves or whatever. Well, this is the hear no evil, see no evil, say no evil. DJ Wolf, I guess. It's a person with 2 dog-like things. Not entirely sure what else is going on there. I'm a little concerned about this one. People standing through other people. I would kind of be curious to see how this person's mind works. I think this person's been losing weight and has been trying on way too many pairs of pants. Okay, so there's that pack. That's the last pack of stickers, I think. For right at the moment, anyway. Yeah, get back in there so I don't lose ya. Those are definitely different. I don't know if it's different good or different bad. Different. Okay, now we're into paper goods. And then, once we get through this little stack of stuff, we'll be all done. So these are a little bit different from the other paper goods I have purchased previously. And I did think they were going to be a little bit bigger, but sometimes when I read the measurements, my brain doesn't comprehend what it's reading. I mean, you can tell me centimeters and millimeters all day long, and I'm just going to sit there going, what? So this is some tags that are already die cut. And we got some that are kind of a almost house shape. This looks like grapes, maybe? Okay, it looks like there's 2 of each. This one's got some mushrooms and some text on it. Text is so tiny and faded that you can't read it. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Gorgeous little fox. We'll put him on the top. Some pretty mushrooms. We have some that are like small, but what I would consider traditional tag shape. We got some mushrooms. We got a bun. Cute little bun. We got, I guess there's some kind of berry. And we got some longer tags that are more of a traditional tag shape. We got mushrooms, we got some berries. We have, looks like some rosebuds next to some water. And we have some pink flowers. So these are pretty. I like them. Does it say how many? 22 pieces. I think they were like $2. $2.25, something like that. I think that's why I bought most of these things, because they were like around $2.25. There's that one. And then these, I believe, are journal cards. Does it say? 12 pieces. But you'll see that a lot of these things kind of go together. They're sort of vintage colors. Or what I'm coming to think of as vintage colors after watching so many videos. And everybody's vintage. Okay. We'll call it vintage. But they're also woodland animals. So we got... I guess he's a bunny. His ears aren't overly long, but his face looks more rabbit-like than mouse-like. Something... A chinchilla, maybe? Are chinchillas out in the wild? Guess they gotta come from somewhere. I don't know. We have a buck. Oh, this hedgehog is adorable. Yeah. so adorable. We have some flowers with some like text going down the back side. We have some kind of like tree with berries or something coming off of it. Something thistle? I can't read what that first word says. I think it says something thistle at the top. And this really cute squirrel. I actually saw a chipmunk the other day. Well, yesterday and I think the day before. Out here in front of our garage, is just running around having a good old time. Now, I'd seen squirrels and rabbits around. I'd never seen a chipmunk out in the wild. I was really excited. I thought it was so cute. He was just having a good old time. I hope that some of the stray cats around don't decide to eat them. He's cute. And then these are like labels and tags and etc. It says 12 pieces. And again, it's the vintage forest type designs. And we have... I'm not convinced it's a bunny. I don't think I've ever seen bunnies with that sharp of claws. But he's cute whatever he is. This fox is really pretty. And then the buck makes an appearance again. And here, there's like a castle in the background. There's some wooded area. Then there's like a stream and a bear. I like that. That is really pretty. Then we have these little like pocket shapes. And this one's got like a river and like a... Well, there's a big old rose in the front. But it's like a gate or something, I guess. And then... Oh, there's only 2 styles of pocket. The buck. But there's 2 of each thing. And these tags are slightly different size and shape from the previous tags. I thought these would be fun to play with. One of these days I'm actually going to make a journal instead of just buy stuff to make journals. I'm having fun buying this stuff. Okay, we have some paper. It says vintage sheet music. These are like 6x6 sheets. There's that one. That one. Too bad I don't live near my friend Jesse. He plays violin and viola and whatever. He composes music. He would probably be able to look at this stuff and just play it without any trouble at all. I'd kind of like to hear what some of this says. I mean, that is very involved. I'd love to hear this. Of the world she sits tonight, and soft her star eyes gleaming. Look tenderly down in the bright firelight to where her boy lies dreaming. Don't know what that's from. Here's some where all the stuff's going at an angle. Here's some more that's got lots and lots and lots of notes. This one's in 3/4 time. This one says solo. So somebody gets a solo. Well, there's a solo, and there's a solo, and there's a solo, and there's a solo. There's a bunch of solos going on. And this one, it's just kind of going every which way. And even in eternity, my love would still be true. Oh, and then it's cutting stuff off, so it's hard to follow what all's going on. So there's that pack. Music paper seems to be super popular among the junk journal community. It would be awesome if I still was around my friend Jesse, because I could probably get his cast-offs. But we haven't seen each other in years, so that hope is kind of gone. We have some Halloween paper. We got bats. We have skulls and pumpkins. A tombstone, some dead trees with birds, a lantern, a book, some pumpkins. Ooh. Skull, pumpkins, and a bat. I like that. Skulls. Skulls and books, and a lantern, and a feather pen. Looks like a witch's hat, a book, and a lantern. Ooh. Moths and bats. Skulls, pumpkins, and bats. Moths and like tree roots and stuff. Birds. Feathers. And apparently now it repeats. But that's the same bats. Does it say how many sheets? 24 sheets. So there must be 12 images and 24 sheets. Again, 6x6. I've only recently started seeing 12 by 12 paper pop up. It's all been Christmassy, but it's also like 8 something a pack, and didn't quite want to spend that much. Okay, here's another 6x6 pack. 20 sheets. This is more woodland and Christmassy, judging by the pine cones. So I have pine cones, and I can't tell what that design is. Pine cones, gifts, candles, snow globes. Ooh, that's pretty. That's a nice little pine cone and candle design. Got some more pine cones. Some stars with pine cones. This is kind of gingham with a pine cone corner design. More pine cones. This one's kind of a gingham with a pine cone border. And then this one has pine cones. I don't know if that's supposed to be the bottom or the top, side. I don't know. We got pine cones. And then we're to the repeat. So it looks like 10 designs, 2 of each. I thought these would be fun, especially with all the woodland stuff that I'm about to show you. We had thunderstorms last night, which is kind of unusual for December. Okay, not woodland. Kind of woodland, I guess. Is that the same one? No, that's different. Okay. Alright. So these first couple packs are like Christmas and woodland. 10 sheets. Bunnies and like holly with pine cones. Is that the same bunnies? Oh. No, they're different. Some more bunnies and then a foliage. More bunnies and foliage. They're kind of alternating sides. Bunnies and pine cones. Woohoo! More bunnies. So apparently this whole pack is like Christmas bunnies. And then floral or botanical, whatever. This would be enough to put together its own little signature. If I would just like fold them in half. That would make its own little signature. Now in publishing, a signature is 16 pages. In junk journaling, it's however many pages you want to put together in a bundle. I don't know if I had a plain sheet of paper, I could explain why it's 16 pages. And we have some more bunnies. Christmassy. Oh, now we got bears. So this is more woodland. We got some foxes. Those foxes are adorable. Oh, and hedgehogs. And mice. And squirrels. And more mice. And more hedgehogs. Those are super cute. And then we have this pack. Basically, if you take a sheet of paper and you fold it into 8s, so like once in half long ways and then in half and then half again the other way, that is a signature. I'll have to find a sheet of paper so I can explain it better. We got another bunny. Oh, look at the cute puppy. These are a little more steampunkish. I don't know, is he a hedgehog? Not sure what he's supposed to be. He's cute. And a kitty cat. Meow. Yeah, woof woof. And an owl. And another bun. And oh, raccoon. I like the train side too. That's really pretty. And I don't know if that's supposed to be a cat or something else. This one, the face looks like a red panda. I think they're adorable. And these are kind of steampunkish too. But they're also kind of borderline Christmas. I think you could use it either way. And we have... He's got some spots on his ears. I'm going to say he's like a leopard or something. Another doggy. Oh, this fox. He's a handsome guy. And a bear. And a bird. How a bird has hands, I'm not entirely sure. This looks like bear ears, so I'm going to say it's some sort of bear. Here's an owl. And some kind of red bird. I like the, like, building. I don't know, is it supposed to be a castle or something? And then we got two sheets, yeah, that are pretty much just backgrounds. Oh, it's got some poinsettias. This one's got, I don't know, like Christmas cards and pine cones and stars, and not sure what that round thing's supposed to be. I was going to say a French horn, but it doesn't really look like a French horn. Okay, and this one is woodland. Again, it's 10 sheets. And they're all single-sided. The backs are all white, so if I wanted to, I could glue them together, or I could put something else on the back sides. Whatever I want to do, I guess. My paper, my journal, I can do what I want, right? So we have a squirrel. And a pretty, like, landscape. Fox. A little mouse and some mushrooms. We have a buck and some flowers and berries. Okay, we've had this design over here with the tree with the berries and like the tags and the journal cards and stuff. And I think we had a similar design to this. But I think this might be the castle that had the bear down in the front on the one other sheet. We got some flowers. Ooh, and a super cute fox. And an owl. And a mushroom. And some more mushrooms. And some mushrooms and a bunny. So now we're getting into some stuff that's not woodland necessarily. I'm just going to stack this all into one packet though, because... Okay, so we have Calendarium Perpetuum. Perpetual calendar. We have... I don't know, is that like a map or something? Some little tags and cards that I can cut out. Very steampunkish and mappish. Sciencey. Stay. More maps. I think this goes this way because of the crown at the bottom. This is kind of alchemical. You got the palm with the all-seeing eye. Here we have some more like journal cards and things. Stay. We have a sun. Just a general background paper. And this kind of greenish one says Britannia. It's got like a rose and some sciencey looking designs. Will you stay put? Stop trying to fall. And this is kind of fantasy looking based on the first page anyway. We got some castles. Oh yeah, this is, I think, the reason I probably chose this package. We got the library. Not entirely sure what those devices are supposed to be. Candles and pens and things of the like. More bookish pages. This gives you a lot of places to write. That's nice. This is almost going back to woodland a little bit. There's some more castle-y kind of stuff. This alchemist's lab, maybe? We got some little potions and jars and pots and things. Now these next two are different. These are more sea life, sea themed, ocean themed. And I thought maybe, because my friend Nikki likes sea turtles and stuff, she might like something made with these. So we have a castle by the sea, and we have a really pretty seahorse. We have a shark and what I'm guessing is a mermaid. We have some lovely, lovely shells. I don't know if she's supposed to be a mermaid or something, but we have a ship. We have some more shells and a lighthouse. We have a ship coming up on an island. This makes me think of Treasure Island. And then we have kind of a little bit of under the sea with some sea plants and a fish. More shells, another ship. More shells and another possible mermaid. Can't see their tails, so I don't know if they're really mermaids or what. But I'm guessing that's what they're supposed to represent. Some more shells. These are so pretty. And we have an anchor. We have, I don't know, some shells and island stuff. And then we have this pack, and this is the last pack. Yay, we're at the end. So now we have to move all this stuff so I can find the button to turn off the computer, or turn off the recording on the computer. Okay. Ship and starfish and shells. And the cute sea turtle. And some more, like, sea anemones and that type of thing. A compass and an anchor. A castle and... I don't know, is she supposed to be a siren or a sea goddess? She doesn't have a mermaid tail. So I'm not sure. Looks like a goldfish or a koi. We have some more shells. Some more shells and sea life, and then another possible mermaid or siren or goddess or something. We have an island. Looks like maybe breadfruit and coconuts. We have a starfish. We have a really neat looking octopus and an anchor. We have some shells and another possible mermaid or whatever. And we have a crab and some shells. And that is the end of the paper. Woohoo! We finally made it. So I'm going to put the sea-related things together in one packet. And then the rest of it I'm going to pretty much just combine together, I think. Well, maybe I'll take the alchemical ones and the map ones and put them in their own packet, and then all the woodland stuff will go in their own packet. Or maybe I'll just get a big zipper bag and put them all together and deal with it later. Anyway, that's the haul. And I believe this was like 2 full orders. I don't know for sure, but I think that's what was going on here. That it was 2 orders. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, those are different sizes. Huh. These 2 sets are different sizes. And not just by a tiny bit, but by a significant amount. A good 1/2 inch length and 1/4 inch width. At least. Wow, okay. Here I thought they were all the same size. Do I have anything else to talk about? I know there's at least one more order out there. Well, you know how Temu is. Probably one more package out there with a couple small orders put together. Possible free items stuck in as a separate order. Anyway. I haven't made my order yet to order a laptop case. I need to do that. I hadn't thought about looking at Temu for one until I saw Cheryl at Are We There Yet? Haul 1. I thought, that's what I need. Because I really do. I've been taking my laptop back and forth to work, and I'm actually using one of my cloth grocery bags. I had been using this purse that I had gotten from Temu back in July, I think. And I happened to look one day, and the handle is coming apart. It's completely ripped across. It's hanging on by about a 1/4 inch, and I thought, no, I don't trust it. So I took my laptop out of that and started using the other bag, which so far is holding up. But, I mean, you know, I don't want to take the chance and carry it around like that for too long. So I think I'm looking at a couple different ones. I think I'm going to order a couple different ones and see which one I like better. The one I really, really liked doesn't have handles, which I didn't understand, but I'm not going to order that one. I need one that's got a handle or a strap or something. But beyond that, I just don't know. I've got, the one order has some shirts in it. I wasn't going to buy any more shirts. Turned around and bought more shirts. Because, that's how I am. That's how I roll. And at least 2 of them would be considered probably for Halloween. But my world, every day is Halloween. Trash that. Put that back in the trash can. Sit over there. I don't know. I think I talked about the ongoing craziness with Japan Crate. I'm now waiting for them to ship the November crate, which they haven't shipped yet. And, here we are into December, and they haven't shipped November. I'm beginning to wonder. They charged me for it. So I'm beginning to wonder. It seems like ever since Boxu and Japan Crate merged together, that I've had trouble. So I don't know if there's some problem with the merge. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. If I don't get it, I'll be like, y'all charge me. Where's my stuff? But so far, I haven't received anything saying it's been shipped. So maybe they're just running late shipping. But to not get October and now questioning November, am I going to get December? They haven't charged me yet for that. That'll get charged on the 19th. So I'm curious as to when November is going to get shipped. I don't know. But they did give me a store credit in the amount of the box plus $10. And when I checked out, there was an almost $10 coupon added onto, or taken off my order, which pretty much covers the cost of the shipping. I know I mentioned this the other day in the previous video, where there's only one option for shipping, and it is $73.50 for a $65 order. But it's DHL International Express was the only option, and I'm figuring they must be going express because it's got food items. Otherwise, I don't know why that would be the only option. But I guess we'll wait and see. I'm hoping, in my brain, it's going to be 3 separate videos as I open the stuff. Because we'll do the one lucky bag, and then we'll do the Happy Meal box, and then we'll do the umaibos. And I don't want to do it all in one day, because that's going to be a lot of food. So we'll see when it gets here. Assuming it gets here. It's supposed to be shipped this weekend sometime. So I'm waiting to get a thing saying it's been shipped. I do have at least one more Temu order out there somewhere. We're not panicking yet because it's not due yet. And if I place my order for my laptop bag and a couple other items I was looking at, then we'll have another one coming. But I'm kind of slowing down on Temu, and I'm really getting tired of Farmland and Fishland. I am almost down to my last fish on Fishland. I'm at like 89%, I think, of the next to last fish. It just feels like it never ends. And the only way I can speed it up is if I get somebody to sign up. Somebody new to sign up to Temu. And I don't want to put that kind of pressure on people. I send out my little invites, and I'll post a thing on Facebook saying, hey, can you help me out? Come join Temu. And people ignore it, and they move on. And I'm to the point I don't want to invite people anymore, because I know they're not going to join. So why pester them and make them mad? And farmland, I'm like almost 30% into the 5-cent one, which means there's a 3-cent one and a 2-cent one after that. Unless it does like it did the last batch, and when I finish the 5-cent one, goes ahead and gives it to me. Because for whatever reason, the last farmland thing, when I finished the 5-cent thing, it just gave it to me and didn't make me do the other 2 batches. Fingers crossed that happens this time, because I am so burned out on it. I'm about to say to heck with it and not bother anymore. Although I am trying to get a knockoff Xbox type system for him, because he's loving that kind of stuff. He likes the knockoffs because they come with, like, the knockoff Nintendo I got has 620 games built in. Sure, they're not great games, but it's something to keep you occupied for a few minutes. And that one so far I haven't given to him yet, because I haven't decided if I'm keeping it or if I'm giving it to him. Because sometimes I like to play a game too. Why should he have all the fun? So I haven't decided what I'm doing with it yet, but if I get farmland done and get that knockoff Xbox thing, that I don't remember how many games it's supposed to have. It's supposed to have a whole bunch. Then he'll get that and I'll keep the Nintendo one, because I'm more of a Nintendo person than an Xbox person. He's got everything. He's got various Nintendo systems, he's got various PlayStation systems, he's got various Xbox systems. He wants a PS5 and an Xbox, whatever the newest one is. And I say, get a job, earn the money, and get it yourself, because I'm not buying that. I will get you a knockoff something or other, because he's collecting those too. And, I mean, he has as much fun with that as he does anything else. So, there's that. But really, I don't have a whole lot else to talk about right now. And it's 11:15, so I should probably wrap this up so I can make myself some lunch and go to bed. Because I got to be back at work at midnight. Tomorrow I get a night off. Woohoo! One whole night. Yeah, I'm going to get home, be tired, and take a nap. And wake up in time to go to bed and get ready for work. That's how bad it is anymore. I work like 5 days straight, get 1 day off, and then work 5 days straight, get 1 day off. And I'm like, well, wait, how come I'm not getting weekends? Of course, I did have 1 week where I got 3 days in a row off, and I really don't know how that happened. That one kind of freaked me out, and I was like, why do I have all these days off? And now I'm back to only getting one at a time. I'm like, yeah, whatever. At least the person I work for, or I'm caregiver for, is generally a pretty good guy. You know, he can get feisty. But in general, he's a pretty good guy. And we get along pretty well most of the time. Except when he's in a mood and fires me. He's fired me twice. I'm still there. He's not getting rid of me that easy. He doesn't have the authority. Luckily. Anyway. That's really all I've got. I've been watching a show on Netflix called Santa Clarita Diet, and I'm absolutely loving it. I am in season 2. Absolutely loving it. And it stars... Oh, look who showed up. I already talked about you. Go away. I just finished my Temu haul. I'm just yapping. I can do that too. Anyway, I don't know if there's anything you'd be interested in anyway. Other than maybe this. I got a Funko Pop.
Hey, which one's that one?
Dracula.
Ah.
I'd like to get the other 7 of the series.
Huh.
But I'm happy with one. Unfortunately, it got damaged in transit. It came in a pop protector, but it punctured a hole in it and punctured a hole in the box.
God damn.
The pop itself is fine, and that's all I care about. So
yeah, and it's just gonna be on a shelf anyway. So
yeah, it's just gonna collect dust anyway. You're gonna love this.
Oh shit.
It's a pen holder.
Huh. The fuck? I thought it was a thing from Adam's Family. Like, what the hell?
Well, it's kind of a thing from Adam's Family, but it's got all this stitching. Does Thing have stitching on his hand?
No idea.
Let's see, I can put like tools and stuff in it.
Huh.
Can't put liquid in it because it's got a hole in the palm of the hand.
Huh.
But anyway, here I am talking to you, and I should be talking to them. Go do whatever you're doing. Weirdo. And what was I talking about anyway? Oh yeah, Santa Clarita Diet. Stars Drew Barrymore and Timothy Oliphant as a married couple. They're realtors. They have a daughter. She's cool. And anyway, they're showing this house to this couple, and Drew Barrymore's character starts vomiting all over everything. She runs in the bathroom, like the whole bathroom looks like it's been hosed down with pea soup. It was nasty. And she's laying there, and he thinks she's dead, and he goes, oh, you know, do the whole dramatic bit, and she opens her eyes, she's like, what? Well, she is dead, because she's a zombie now. And there's a lot of sex, so if you're not into that, you might not like it. She eats people. They, as a couple, go out and kill people so that she can eat, because the only thing she can eat is, like, freshly killed human. One of my favorite actors, Nathan Fillion, makes my heart go pitter-pat. He is a rival realtor, and he's trying to hit on her, and she ends up attacking him and killing him and eating him, part of him, a good chunk of him. And they go and they bury the rest of the body out in the desert. Well, where I'm at now, it was like episode 2 or 3 of season 2, they had to run back out to the desert and dig them up because the realty company that they're working for is working on a housing development that is going to be built right exactly where they buried him. So they're digging him up, and now his character is just ahead and talks. And I knew that part was there. I didn't realize he was in episode 1. And then not again until, into season 2. And I think there's 3 seasons of it, but I am absolutely loving it. It's on Netflix. It's been around for a few years, but I'm loving it so much. What I find weird is Netflix carries The Walking Dead, which is an AMC show. I have AMC Plus. They do not have The Walking Dead. You have to go to Netflix to get The Walking Dead. Now, AMC Plus has, like, Beyond the Walking Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead, the one that's set out west. I can't think of the title of it. I didn't like it, so we didn't watch it. But all the spin-offs are on AMC. But The Walking Dead itself, you have to watch on Netflix. I don't get it. So why am I paying for AMC Plus if what I want to watch isn't there? So then there's Supernatural is on Netflix. I've watched the first couple seasons of it. I need to get back into watching it. I didn't start watching it till the series had ended. Because a friend of ours was like, "Oh, have you watched this?" No. Well, hey, let's watch it. And we started watching from episode 1, and I was like, yeah, I can watch this. This is cool. I like Dean better than Sam. But we all have our preferences, I guess. Let's see, what else? But that one, again, it's weird because if you have the CW app, you can't get it, even though it's a CW show. You have to watch it on Netflix. So how is Netflix getting all these shows that should be on other apps? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, we're getting close to 2 hours here. I should probably wrap this up and move on to other things. So remember to do all the YouTube-y things. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Ring the bell icon to be notified of future uploads should the YouTube gods deem it worthy. And I'm going to try not to sneeze on you. And as far as future videos, I'm not entirely sure. Still got Advent calendar stuff coming up every day. Every day at 8:30 they should be going live. They should be public, we'll say. Right now they're scheduled, and they go public at 8:30 in the morning every day. Up until the 24th will be the last one. I could do a what I got for Christmas video. I'm not anticipating getting anything else unless somebody at work gives me a gift, but I'm not counting on that. Nikki might. Nikki and I gave gifts to each other last year. Just small things. I've got a couple small things for her. But beyond that, I don't know. Temu, Snack Crate, Japan Crate, whatever arrives. I'll be getting my printer. I got a notice saying, it's been shipped, but it's been delayed a day, so now I don't get it till the 14th. And I'm like, what happened to Prime being 2-day shipping? Why is it taking me 10 days? Anyway, it's on its way. So hopefully I'll be able to clear enough space that I can set it up, and maybe we can take a look at it and see what all it does. And I didn't think it was a bad deal because it's copier, scanner, printer, and I think fax. And it comes with a full year ink subscription, all for $199. I didn't think that was bad because I looked at how much the ink cartridges cost without the subscription, and to buy enough ink for one time is like $90 ish. So yeah, because just the black was like $45, I think, and the color was, and I thought it was odd, it was like $40. So it's like $85, $90 to get ink. It's expensive. So yeah, a full year ink subscription, you bet I'm going on that. And the subscription covers 700 pages a month. I don't anticipate using that much ink. So yeah. So for $200, I don't think that's a bad deal at all. And it's a similar printer to what I had until the mice destroyed it. You know, when mice get inside and eat the plastic parts that feed the paper through, now the paper won't feed through properly, and then they have babies inside it. Yeah, I was having some major mouse issues when I had that old printer. And now, I mean, it's been so long since I've used it that the ink, I'm sure, is frozen up and the jets are clogged, and it's not going to work. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to get something to eat and go to bed. I might watch a couple videos and then go to sleep, but I might fall asleep during some videos. It's more like it. So, We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.